Welcome back to the shop. Today we are going to be doing an oil change on a 2014 Honda Ridgeline. Stay tuned. Parts we're going to be needing today is 4 1/4 liters, according to the owner's manual, of OW20 motor oil. We're using Castrol Edge synthetic. Also going to be adding about 1/2 liter of Lucas synthetic oil stabilizer, and the filter that we'll be using is a Fram ExtraGuard pH 7317. So the first thing we're going to be doing is getting up underneath the truck here and locating the oil drain plug, which is under passenger side of the engine compartment. So now we're going to be using our 17 mil wrench or socket or whatever it is that you have on hand. Loosen our cap nut. Make sure you have a rag handy so that when you do this, that you can catch the bolt and clean it up. As you're drawing it out, you're going to be able to feel, there we go. As you draw it out, you can feel the threads just start to loosen. That's when you want to hold on tight. And now, we're just going to let that drain. So now that's coming down to a faint drip. What I'm going to do is give that a quick wipe. Wipe your bolt off clean, and I'm going to reinstall that bolt. So make sure you just hand tighten that, make sure it's not cross-threaded or anything like that, and give it a decent quarter turn with your 17 mil. Now we're good to go ahead and snug it up. Now the easiest way to find the filter is coming under the passenger side, up in behind this cowling here. You can see the oil filter right in there. So we're going to reposition the pan and we're going to drain that out. Now you'll see what I mean when you get here. There really wasn't a good place to put the camera to show you this. So oil filter is right here on the other side of the oil pan, and we're going to get that loosened off. And I'm going to be putting a couple rags underneath it just to save the amount of oil that's going to probably drip down. Now because this filter is opening up, make sure when you do get it off, it is going to be full to the brim of oil. So make sure you dump it upside down into your oil pan before you take it anywhere else. Now you're going to see a fair bit of oil in and around that housing. What we're going to do is we're going to take a good clean rag and just wipe the outside edge where it accepts that O-ring and get it ready for the new filter. That's it there, all wiped off, ready for the new filter. And again, the filter we're using, a Fram pH 7317. We're going to take that out of the box. What I'm going to do is take some fresh oil and just wipe it around that O-ring. Just going to take some of this fresh oil, get some on my finger, just like that. There's plenty. And we're going to simply wipe it around. This is a little tough to see. Then we're going to thread the new filter really carefully. Make sure you don't cross thread. Turn your new filter up on there and snug it up good. Now from the top side, taking the cap off at the oil filler, setting that off to the side, and we're going to be starting off with 1/2 liter of the Lucas synthetic oil stabilizer. Now this stuff runs like honey. Get about half a liter in there. And it'll take some time to pour down. Now we will move on to the oil. Now we are moving on to the OW20. And again, that Lucas oil stabilizer you do not need to include. But we're going to be looking at putting 4 1/4 liters total in here. So we've got a 5 liter jug here. I just put about half a liter in. So we've got about 3 3/4 liters to put in. Put this cap back on, and we're gonna start up the truck and just rev it for a few seconds just to get the oil in there. Now we're just going to put the revs at about 2,000, 2,500 for about 10 seconds, just to let that oil get through the system. We'll just wait a second and we will check the oil. So once you've let that settle just a little bit, our oil dipstick is just over on the left side of the engine. We're going to draw that out. And as you can see, I've already wiped this off. So we've got bottom of the hash marks, top of the hash marks. There's about a liter different between the top and the bottom. We'll dip that back in and get a better look at it. So once you've drawn that out and wiped it clean, we're going to press that back in and pull it out and just have a quick check. So you can see that the oil is up about halfway. Add a little bit more oil if you have to. I'm going to draw that out again. Give it a quick wipe off. Slide it back in. Pull it out, and there you have it. Right up to the line. You always want to check both sides of the oil dipstick. So that's good. We're all set. Now we can put our cap back on. Snug it up. And we're all set. Thanks very much for coming by the shop today. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Don't forget to leave a comment and subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss out on any future vids.